Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got an old camp that I have tore apart inside. So I'm gonna show you some of the reasons why we do what we do here at Peak Mountain Camps. One of the changes that we've made that we've noticed through working on these old camps. So anyways, we'll go ahead, I'll show you one of our camps, show you why that we do that, and show you the old camp and what the results of doing it the other way are. So let's get started. All right, guys, so something that frequently gets asked, and those of you that have researched these camps, have been following along for a while, have probably found that there's a couple manufacturers of these camps, and they're all a little bit different. One thing that's noticed is this angle iron that runs all along the arch and up the corners. None of the competitors do that, and they ask why we do that. Well, I'm going to show you why and how we do it, because there is a reason for it. It's not just for looks, but there is some functionality. So, but on this one, you can see we've got, and this is just a continuous piece that runs all the way across and down the other side. And it does, I mean, there's some cosmetic things. It does make it look a lot nicer, in my opinion. But like I say, there is a purpose to it. So anyways, we're gonna go in and look at this other camp so I can show you one of the failing points. So this is an old Wilson camp that they brought in because it's got some water damage. But you can see on these corners, all of this is all dry rotted. You actually can see it the best here on this back corner. But it's all the way up this edge. Well, what happens is when that arch doesn't carry all the way around this top, water comes down and it runs right down off that rounded roof, and it comes down through them corners, and then it soaks all of this. Like, I know you guys can't feel it, but it's all wet to the touch where it's just all ran down that corner. So just looking at the construction of this one's, I mean, built back in the late 70s, so still in pretty dang good condition. But what they've done is they've got a 1/2 inch material, and then they built a framework, and then the skin has just been stapled right to this. So nothing really backing yet. Whereas if you look at this camp that they're just skinning, so it's got, which you can see in this cutout here, you've got a 1/2 inch piece here on the inside, and then a 3/4 inch framework, and then another 7/16 on the outside. So it just gives it another layer of protection there. But what happens is when we go to put the metal on this, we'll Tyvek it with a moisture wrap, and then we're gonna take our skin, we'll put our front on first, and then we bring our skin about 2.5 inches longer, and then we'll put some putty tape on that backside, fold it over, and then when we put our arches on, we'll putty tape that also on both sides, so that you've got basically a double seal to where you can't get that in there. But regardless of how much silicone or anything you add to it, if water can get through, it will. And so by us doing a continuous arch and not having any voids, that prevents that water from getting in. So we should easily get a long life out of these camps just due to the fact that we do that. So that's just one of the things that we've experienced. Oh, I actually have this one that I don't have the arches on for. You can see how our metal comes around. So you can see how it's folded over, and then there's putty tape on both sides of this. Well, on this one, for an example, the metal just ends right here, so it doesn't overlap or anything, so there's no seal there. So by the time you put all that together, you just have bare wood. So if water does get in there, it's going right to the wood. It don't have to work around a piece of metal or anything to get in there. It's already there. So that's the reason for that. So if there's any questions or anything, leave them in the comments, something that you've noticed or anything that way. But that's just one thing that we picked up from working on these old ones.